Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you Peter Anthony Jones with the request that you confer on him the degree Doctor of Science honoris causa. The decision by the Council and Senate to award him this degree has been taken on the grounds and the following considerations. Ladies and gentlemen, by discovering the effects of 5-acetylcysteine on cytosine methylation and establishing a link between DNA methylation, gene expression, and differentiation, Professor Peter Anthony Jones, one of Stellenbosch University's leading former academics, has advanced medical science and brought a new hope for cancer treatment worldwide. Today, Chief Scientific Officer and Director at the Center for Epigenetics at the Van Andels Research Institute in Michigan, this Cape Town-born Professor Peter Jones obtained his PhD and postdoctoral training abroad. He returned to South Africa, however, to serve as Chief Research Officer at the Unit for Molecular and Cellular Cardiology of the Stellenbosch University's Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences. Here, in the late 1970s, he discovered cancer's new frontier, called epigenetics, which would later change the future of cancer treatment. Curious whether cancer drugs could trigger cancer in basic human cells, Professor Jones instead found that an ordinary cell that he had treated with an obscure drug, then known as AZA-C, was beating like a heart. He discovered that the drug had switched on genes, turning the basic cell into a muscle cell. If it could do that, he thought, surely it could also switch on genes in cancerous cells, restoring them to health. More than 30 years later, a 2009 paper published in the top medical journal Lancet reported that the survival rate of cancer patients in a large international trial had increased from 26% using ordinary chemotherapy to over 50% using epigenetic therapy with azacitidine. Professor Jones, as 'n voormalige Kaapenaar, hoop ek jy verstaan daarom nog so 'n bietjie Afrikaans. So dames en here, Professor Jones het benewens die werk wat ek nou net hier uiteengesit het, basiese wetenskaplike ontdekkings vernuftig in kliniese behandelings omgesit. Nadat hy die waarde van epigenetiese terapie bewys het, werk hy onverpoost aan die behandelingsstrategieë wat die uitvinding dan op menslike kanker toepas. Saam met sy kollegas ondersoek hy verskeie moontlike behandelings, waaronder 'n Vitamiin C gebaseerde terapie, wat dalk 'n middel teen mielodysplastiese sindroom doeltreffender kan maak. Professor Jones is goed gevestig in die VSA, waar hy die mediese wetenskap op die wêreldverhoog bevorder. Die voormalige voorsitter van die Amerikaanse Vereniging van Kankernavorsing, bekend as AACR, en genoot van sowel die AACR Akademie, sowel as die Amerikaanse Vereniging vir die Bevordering van Wetenskap, is onlangs in die Amerikaanse Nasionale Wetenskap Akademie tot hierdie akademie verkies ter verering en erkenning van 40 jaar van prestasies op die gebied van epigenetiese geneeskunde. So, ladies and gentlemen, Professor Jones has published more than 300 scientific papers, launched one of the USA's finest research facilities devoted to epigenetics, and held various cancer research positions. His groundbreaking work has garnered many accolades, including the Cancer Association of South Africa's A.G. Utel Award, the University of Southern California's Award for Creative Research and Scholarship, the Outstanding Investigator Grant from the USA National Cancer Institute, and the Medal of Honor from the American Cancer Society. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, Professor Jones personifies the excellence and innovation that Stellenbosch University pursues. We proudly honor him for his trailblazing work advancing medical science and technology globally by pioneering epigenetics and expertly translating his discoveries into clinical treatments, offering new hope for millions of cancer patients worldwide, and for exemplifying the innovative spirit to which every SU student should aspire. I hereby request you to confer the degree Doctor of Science, DSc honoris causa, on Peter Anthony Jones.
No honor can beat getting an honor from your home country. I'm just so thrilled to be back in South Africa, to hear Afrikaans again, and to be honored in such a way by the university at which I had my first job. I was recruited to the university. Stellenbosch University was called the University of Stellenbosch in those days, at Tygerberg Hospital, and that is where I did the formative work for which I'm now being honored. All of us, of course, stand on the shoulders of others. And I'm just so grateful today that many of the people that helped me get here are actually in the audience. I want to thank my 3 school friends from junior school all the way up to the top, Roger Peto, John Reed Rowland, and Peter Brown, who really stimulated me so much as a school student because they were a lot smarter than me, and try as I might, I never quite could beat them in class. So it's great to have you guys here. I want to thank Tom Mabon, who was a practicing cardiologist here in Stellenbosch or Somerset West for many years. He and I were in the same dorm at the University College of Rhodesia, as it was in that time. I also want to thank Professor Wieland Gievers, whom you heard about today. He is an icon of South African science. His first job back here in South Africa was a professor in the Stellenbosch University. He assembled groups of people who went on to change the world. And I'm so grateful that he had the time to come here today to celebrate this with me. Science is a privilege. I always wanted to be a scientist. I never had any doubt. I didn't have to do career counseling or anything. It's really fun to do science. It becomes obsessive. You think about it all the time. I think the key message, though, is to you as you sit here today, is always remember to be curious. Always ask why. Don't accept things as face value. So often in the world today, we see people accepting things that they want to hear, not what the real reality is. So I think that the main message is be curious, enjoy it, and keep trying to change the way the world works. And for me, the greatest way that I could ever do that was to change the standard of care. Could I do something which one day would change the way people with cancer were treated? And I'm very lucky that the work that I did here at Stellenbosch University in the 70s actually has finally realized that. So never give up, have fun, and remember, be curious. Thank you very much.